I would rather Young Thug be known as a snitch.
Honestly, I don't know who the fuck they said Roscoe, but I don't wanna block out y'all case by saying Roscoe ain't do that. Say no, Roscoe, listen.
Yes, sir.
Promises, make promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey.
I don't have your number.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't give it to her.
So Young Thug was doing all that talking about Gunna, but he the one who snitched? Man, this gotta be fake. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. And let's see. I hope this is not true.
Young Thug has found himself in drama that could be career ending, and he has nobody to blame but himself. He's learning two really important lessons simultaneously at the same time. One lesson that he's currently learning today: the streets is dumb and the rules of the streets are stupid. And the second lesson he's learning is exactly what damn near everybody in the history of Earth has learned, and that's witch hunts are disastrous. Witch hunts are not good for anyone because they're not sustainable. Witch hunts usually and almost certainly blows up in your face. You see, when there was a Salem witch hunt, you know why it didn't work? The same reason why the rules of the streets don't work. There's too many gray areas. When people, were being arrested and persecuted for being a witch, what was the criteria? How do you prove the person was a witch? Because they walked funny, because they talked funny. It was too gray area.
Flacco, what are you talking about?
We're just making up things. And that usually blows up in your face because once there becomes no criteria to be a witch and the only criteria is an accusation, well, eventually everybody becomes a witch and everybody gets persecuted. Same reason, when we were out here sending communists to internment camps. There was no real criteria. There was no real way for us to dictate who the communists are. They just sent 120 Japanese people in 1942 to internment camps with no clear definition of if they were really communists or not. When it comes to the streets, there's no clear definition of what a snitch is. Some people say a snitch is if you ever gave the police any information whatsoever. Some people say if you gave information that led to an arrest. Some people say if you talk to the police at all. Some people say you could snitch on dead people to get off. Some people say you can't snitch on dead people. Some people say you could tell if it's a self-defense case. Some people say you can't tell if it's a self-defense case. It's too many gray areas. And what we're currently seeing is there's an incentive right now for a witch hunt. There's an incentive for YouTubers and other people to make videos, do as much research as possible, trying to find anyone in some type of gray area there so they could make money on their YouTube channel by calling people snitches. Same thing in the streets, right? There's an incentive for if you don't like somebody, you could use a gray area and get them labeled a snitch and pretty much ruin their public reputation. In the likes of Young Thug, what Young Thug did was he don't like Gunna. So what he did, he labeled Gunna a snitch. He told a lot of important rappers like Lil Durk and Lil Baby, who could have been some really pivotal collaborators for Gunna.
Drake,
he got out of jail. Gunna's
Future.
a rat. We don't like Gunna. And it was the good old boys club in the industry pointing at Gunna saying, he's a rat. We don't like him. Gunna didn't write a statement on someone. Gunna didn't give the police anything that was used in Young Thug's trial.
And everybody is free, y'all. Like, that's the part I don't get either. Thug is free. All these people is free. The only person who's not free is Unfug. That's because he got out and did something stupid and went right back to jail. So now he up. He the only one who violated his probation. Everybody else is out flourishing. You feel me? Like, I don't get how Gunna's a snitch. Nobody went to jail for nothing he said. All he said was, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like, that's all he said.
But because Gunna pled guilty,
literally,
and Gunna did a routine plea deal that everybody does, Gunna was labeled a snitch by Young Thug. Young Thug criteria was, I don't care if it wasn't used against me. You pled guilty and said YSL is a gang. You saved yourself and you left us for dead. Well, in the case of Young Thug and Gunna, the criteria is if you tell the police anything, it's snitching. Young Thug has now found himself in a situation where he's dealing with his own snitching accusations. And I'll be real, when you hear what Young Thug says, if we're going by Young Thug's own criteria, then Thug is a rat.
Man who shot the rapper Lil Wayne pleaded guilty and accepted a 10-year prison sentence. He had until today to take a deal. Channel 2's Cobb County Bureau Chief Ross Cavett live outside the courthouse with why the DA's tough stance on gang cases may have persuaded the gunman.
And I'm hearing this interrogation footage was 2 hours.
On the street says Pee Wee or Roscoe will spend 10 years in prison. The district attorney here in Cobb County believes the gang problem is getting out of control in Cobb and really the metro. We told you about a case last week in which his office asked the judge for a 350-year sentence in another gang case. So it's likely Jimmy Winfrey saw the writing on the wall.
I think it was best for the client to do this and avoid the massive risk if he would lose even on a single count in this case.
Manny Aurora believes his client, Jimmy Winfrey, could have beaten most of the 27 charges in the indictment, but the prosecutorial mood against gangs and gang members in Cobb County is tough.
Anytime you say the word gang and there's an African-American individual, you know, prejudices.
Lil Wayne tour bus getting shot up in Atlanta while he's beefing with Young Thug and Birdman at the time. Bro, everybody and their mama knew that Young Thug and Birdman was involved. Detectives knew they were involved, which is why they spoke to Young Thug about this. And the interrogation footage, audio, I should say. The interrogation audio.
Birdman was a part of that. I ain't gonna lie. Birdman being a part of something to shoot up Lil Wayne bus is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. If Birdman was really a part of that, bro, there's really no loyalty in this at all. Like, no loyalty. No loyalty at all. Young Thug, I know he felt disrespected or something. I know Wayne was like his favorite artist growing up. So, but at the same time, Young Thug don't owe him no loyalty. But Birdman, that'd be crazy. I hope he said that wrong.
This actually resurfaced.
I didn't know that.
It makes Young Thug look crazy. So the police was actively investigating Birdman as well because they put out documents and correspondence.
So it was
alleging they have reasons to believe that that Birdman and Young Thug solicited the Pee Wee Roscoe to do this. Right? They even mentioned how Roscoe was on the phone with Birdman like minutes after the shooting. So the police have always been pointing fingers at Birdman and Young Thug, but mostly Birdman, I should say. Well, during the interrogation of Young Thug, which by the way was voluntary, Young Thug voluntarily showed up to go through this interrogation. Right? He didn't have to do it. He voluntarily did this. But during the interrogation, the police began to ask Young Thug about Birdman's and Lil Wayne's beef, which if they're asking you about their beef, at the same time, they are putting out correspondence, they believe Birdman is involved, you should stay quiet. You should stay silent. By Young Thug's definition of what a rat is.
And by a lot of people's definition of a rat, you shouldn't be talking to them at all. Like I said, I heard this is a 2-hour interrogation. He was sitting there for 2 hours talking. Like everybody always tell me, you shouldn't say nothing to them. Ask for your lawyer. Say you ain't got nothing to say. Be talking to them for 2 hours is crazy. Before the video continues, man, I just want to come through and let y'all know about the Lace Gang membership, y'all. If y'all want to see more of these music reactions that I do on the channel, a lot of them I am not able to do anymore, so they will be on the Lace Gang membership, along with another tier where I will be doing more sports reaction stuff that I've been wanting to do on YouTube and have not been able to do. So make sure you tap into that as well on the channel. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe on this video and on the channel in general as well. So I have another channel called DLace Uncut where I'm outside the reaction chair doing public interviews and everything else, vlogs, all that. Make sure y'all tap in all of that, man, and really be Lace Gang. And back to the video.
Well, Young Thug proceeded to break down the public things we knew in such of, Young Thug and Wayne is having money issues. But then Young Thug draw the police attention to lyrics by Lil Wayne, where Lil Wayne is a legend. He's at war. And if Birdman comes for him, he's going to go out like a Scarface or Tony Montana. Young Thug told the police, hey, did y'all know Lil Wayne made a song on this mixtape a few months ago before the shooting that if Cash Money and Birdman come for him, he's going to go out like Tony Montana. And he's aware that Birdman has an army. Why would Young Thug say this to the police if Birdman is a suspect in a tour bus shooting?
Oh, come to find out, him and Birdman got problems because he owed. Because on the mixtape that he dropped before the album, he said on one of the songs, he was like, I don't want no problems, I just want my money. Birdman is an army, I'm a one-man army. And if that nigga coming for me, I'm going out like Tony. He said those exact words.
Who is Tony?
Tony Montana. Scarface. I know Scarface. See,
He's like, Birdman is an army.
Okay.
He said Cash Money is an army. I'm a one-man army. And if them niggas coming for me, I'm going out like Tony.
Gotcha. Scarface, the last scene in Scarface. Yeah.
But he also said,
they sound friendly
I don't
too.
want no problems. He said, I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. I just want my money. So everybody caught on like, oh, you owe him. And then a couple months, like 2 or 3 months after he dropped the mixtape, you heard TMZ and all like he's suing Birdman because Birdman owed him for albums. And then that was when everybody was like, oh.
If you give the police information and their reaction is, oh my God, we missed that. Oh, I can't believe we missed that. Tony Montana. Oh yeah, Scarface. Oh yeah. You shouldn't be telling them that information. That right there is the only proof you need that you shouldn't be telling them. If their reaction is that, you just messed up badly. Young Thug shouldn't have brought Birdman up, not one bit. And Young Thug knew Birdman was a suspect in his Lil Wayne tour bus shooting. It's public information. In the Cobb County paperwork, they accused Young Thug and Birdman, all right, they allege that Young Thug and Birdman were involved in orchestrating the shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus. Young Thug and Birdman. Young Thug does an interrogation, essentially putting it all on Birdman, letting them folks know Lil Wayne did say Birdman got an army, and if they come for him, he's gonna go out like Scarface.
Man,
why are you telling the police this? It's crazy. Now, if you also pay attention, the driver of Lil Wayne tour bus actually sued Birdman. He sued Birdman for this shooting. That's how well known Birdman's involvement in this was. So bringing Birdman up to the police at all is kind of crazy. But
I ain't gonna lie. Is Birdman and Lil Wayne cool in 2025? I thought they was, but I don't see how. I never knew Birdman. I knew Thug was a part of the Lil Wayne thing, but I never knew Birdman was a part of this either. I ain't gonna lie. There's no way I could be cool.
Young Thug also told the police that Pee Wee Roscoe sold Lil Wayne drugs.
This motherfucker Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. This nigga in Atlanta, and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? So weird. This nigga now shot at this nigga to us. Honestly, I don't know who the fuck. They said Roscoe, but I don't wanna block. I don't wanna like block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. Say no, Roscoe? Man, fuck, bro. That fool. I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? Well, I don't fuck, because every day nigga broke fuck off. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
There's a lot more instances in that 2-hour interrogation footage, but just off of these two clips, people are on social media calling Young Thug a rat. They going crazy, bro. Young Thug public perception, reputation has been permanently ruined, and I don't care what y'all say, bro. Young Thug can't pop it no more as if he's Rat K. That era is over with, bro. He can't pop it as if he's Rat K, bro. He can't pop it as if he's like the symbol for what a real street ninja is. That's not the case. Young Thug standard, Lil Durk standard, and everybody else's standard has always been, when you in the police presence, you're quiet. Thug said a little too much. Now, from my perspective, the common sense, the gainfully employed perspective, I wouldn't consider that snitching. But from Young Thug's criteria for what snitching is,
like me, I don't got that to do with nothing. You feel me? Honestly, me personally, I'm selfish with it. I would rather Young Thug be known as a snitch. That's me. But the only reason why I want to be known as a snitch is so he can realize everything he been doing with Gunna these past few years has been dumb, gang. Like, because realistically, this is not snitching. This is not snitching. Nobody got indicted for nothing like that. It's not snitching. He didn't just say, oh, he did this, did that. He just pointed out Lil Wayne lyrics. You feel me? A little bit dry snitching, but at the same time, it really ain't nothing for real. But I want this to be a thing so he can stop tweaking with Gunna, bro. I never felt like the Gunna hate was warranted, bro. So it's like, hopefully this right here, if he get the same, but people, I already see whatever his name is, Roscoe, talking about some Thug ain't no snitch. Thug ain't, I don't think Thug a snitch. Thug ain't, like, bro. Y'all got different criteria. If that was Gunna that did this exact same thing, that Pee Wee Roscoe, he would be calling Gunna a snitch, bro. Like, I know Thug is heavily respected in Atlanta, so it's going to be a certain way with it, but it's like, bro, come on, man. This is stupid, bro. Like you saying, this is gray area, and it's stupid.
Criteria, he's a rat. Now, Young Thug and his team, they decided to go on social media to respond back to this. I don't know why, because all it did was make him look a little bit more crazy and guilty. But you could tell Young Thug and his team is absolutely panicking. They even started to throw out like conspiracy theories as if like there's like a collusion to make Young Thug look like a rat. Young Thug reasoning for why he's not a rat is apparently because they didn't play his interrogation video in court. He says they didn't play it because he helped his brother. #ratware. You know who interrogation video they didn't play in court? You know who interrogation video they didn't use against Young Thug?
Gunna.
You know who Young Thug is still calling a rat?
Gunna.
You guessed it, Gunna.
So as the defense team over there for Yak Gotti, you don't see an issue with Gunna saying that this is a game?
I'm not happy that he said it, but you know what? I can explain that to the jury. And his lawyer knows I can explain that to the jury. And we did, over and over again.
And that's the thing you got to realize, bro. This is deeper than just y'all. Like, the lawyers are colluding together as well. You think they're not? Have you watched How to Get Away with a Murder? But nah, like, for real, bro, the lawyer, everybody working together because everybody want to get the, you know what I'm saying? This is a high-profile case. Everybody want this case to get resolved, and everybody want them to win the case, which they did. So you don't think the lawyers are colluding together to make certain statements happen? He don't like it, but like he said, he can explain that. And his lawyer knows he can explain that. You feel me? Even if they didn't talk about that specific thing, his lawyer knows if you say this, this lawyer right here it can do this, do that. And it's like loopholes, you know? Like, come on, man.
And everybody. We all explained it to the jury. And you know what? The jury understood. So what Gunna didn't hurt us at all. Didn't hurt us at all.
Wow. That's a heavy statement.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm saying it because it's true.
Right.
He didn't hurt us.
And you played in between the whistles, so you know. You know.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
Look, that entire trial, that 2-year trial, nothing Gunna said ever came up before the jury. So how can his plea have hurt me?
Wow.
Have hurt Yak?
Yeah.
It didn't.
What Gunna said never even made it to the jury.
Oh,
it
man.
never got in front of a jury never heard it. But somehow Young Thug came home from jail, and all he's done is call Gunna a rat, diss Gunna on Twitter, make Gunna out to be public enemy #1, as if Gunna like went to that court, took the stand against him. So this criteria cannot exist differently for different people. The criteria must be the same. If the criteria is not snitching, if it wasn't used against you, then Gunna ain't snitch. If the criteria is if you talk to them folks and tell them information and use a rat, then it looks like Thug, you might be a rat by your own criteria. Now, other people who Young Thug has also pissed off since he's been home, they've spoken out against Young Thug since the situation has happened. You have YSL Mondo. He made a video, and he has called Young Thug a rat officially.
A nigga beat him up, a Rico. Nigga come home, still talking about, oh, nigga rat.
Now, YSL Mondo, you out here showing that you work a regular job, doing forklifts and all that. If I was you, I would just stay away from a lot of this. Unless you just had a donate trying to get your, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get your status stuff back up so you can get you some money and stuff. But at the same time, Mondo, I don't know, because they could probably easily find out where you work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but hey, do what you doing. And I saw that. I low-key saw. I didn't watch this, but I saw this earlier. I'm like, bro, what is this on this man chin, gang?
Bro, that's God. That ain't nothing but God biting you back in your ass. Because you probably been thankful that you just beat a life sentence and a Rico and came home and mind your business and been humble. But instead, you still coming out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Now look, he came back and bought your bitch in the ass. That ain't the key. The thing is, too, though, he brainwashed people.
That's
he still got motherfuckers on the bit talking about, and you heard what y'all own ear. You got motherfuckers talking about AI, and did that and the third. And, oh, he ain't rat on nobody. Bro, if you sit down with 12 and bust out and say these words, if y'all talking about a nigga like Gunna rat, I'm saying, yes, ma'am, you mean to tell me this not making a nigga a rat by saying shit? They said Roscoe shot the bus up. And then a nigga like Roscoe did 10 years behind this shit. And you just got on the internet talking about a nigga didn't rat on you? Boy, your ass brainwash is sickening. Y'all niggas eat daddy figures, and y'all niggas be sitting back waiting on something good, waiting on something to happen. I'm gonna stick around, maybe a nigga get some out of nigga, something did that in life.
I'm not surprised that Pee Wee Roscoe, the man that Thug was talking about in his interrogation with the police, I'm not surprised not one bit that he's online telling people that Thug ain't rat.
Exactly.
I'm not surprised not one bit. What else would he do? What other option do he have? I'm sure Thug is paying his bills. I'm sure Thug is looking out. Yo, Pee Wee Roscoe is a multi-felon, don't have any life skills, don't have a trade.
Multi-felon.
He's not a rapper. Don't really have a career that we can look at as a viable option to pay his bills. What other option do he have but to ride Young Thug's coattail and have Young Thug pay his bills? You come out and try to stand on principles and stand on morals and stand on integrity and say, yeah, Young Thug ratted on me, bruh. Back to the homeless shelter you go. It's over with for you. Over with. But Pee Wee, not only did he come out to try to defend Young Thug, he then tried to divert the attention to other Atlanta people, claiming the only rats out there is Rollo, YSL Duke, and Gunna.
We're gonna go and put it on the table. Yeah, man. He said my name. You already told him. Yo, Roscoe won't do nothing like that. Yo, Roscoe sell him weed. Roscoe, yada. Nah, man. Come on, man. He ain't never put me on the scene or no crime or attachment to no crime. If anything, he helped me. That could have cost me him. So come on, man. Y'all got to be crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, man. A rat.
They talking about rat protector. They in the comments talking about rat protector.
Now, like, you see what's going on. You can't buy me. You can't pay me. Come on, man. I'm just like this Infinity. Third eye open, man. You know what I'm saying? Well connected. Over the respected. My mama couldn't do that in that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You know how good it feel? Nigga say I told, I stole, I rolled. You know what I'm saying? They said everything about P. You know what I'm saying? I turned them up to a G. Come on, man. No, so let the politics what y'all doing. Y69 ain't no good. Y'all hanging with Gunna, Boston Richie, all these red in the game, you feel what I'm saying? Get on road and told, ain't got on the stand with on demand. Yeah, that ain't, come on, bro. I'm looking at him every day. Y'all let nigga on the stand and say he tricked him. I ain't nothing tricking about that, man. Come on, man. I love you, Jeffrey. You kept it overly real. Out of 30 months, and on the one I can look in the eye, you know, by law, you my only co-defendant, man. Come on, man. We still here with no tip, man. Made through the storm without a bruise. And now I see the world is totally confused. Come on, man. I'm gonna give it to you raw as an oyster, man, on the shore. You dig what I'm saying? Not in the water, but that still living. Yeah. Hey,
man, get him off my screen, gang. What is he talking about? I keep it raw than an oyster. Get him off my screen, bro. What is he talking about? He want to be the Riddler and shit. Like, bro, what are you talking about, gang?
I was confident tomorrow was going up. The paperwork part, it really been too long. I'm gonna show you, no, Doug ain't no snitch. I'm gonna show y'all what snitch is tomorrow. I'm gonna show you in black and white with no despite. If y'all saying Sergio good, this person good, why 6ix9ine ain't good? Go do a song with him. Y'all might well all rack up as the rack commodity. Yeah, that's elected politics. Waiting on every day, worry about what Jeffrey Lamar Williams doing, Spider, student. Come on, man.
A lot of y'all gotta understand this as soon as possible, especially if you're one of the dummies who are in the streets. Ain't no rules to the streets, y'all. Listen, man.
Literally.
Street dudes been selling out the streets for a bag for a while now. And this is just another occurrence of the streets selling out their morals and principles for a bag. Of course, what Young Thug did was bad. But of course, Pee Wee can't say that. It's the same way. Hey, bruh, a lot of rappers go to, you know, like these gang-filled areas like the West Coast and other places, and they never shot nobody, never did no dirt with them, didn't grow up with these people, but they get to join the gang because they got the bag. This is what's going on. Now, he's talking about black and white. You know what's black and white? Young Thug, at the end of the interview, telling the police, hey, I'm ready to tell y'all whatever and talk to y'all and give y'all more information. Here's my personal cell phone number, but please, 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 whatever I tell y'all, you can't make it public. That's bad.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Promises. Make promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever make want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey.
I don't have your number.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't going to try to
Young Thug telling them that is even worse. Once you take into account that Young Thug has been accused in the past by a really reputable First 48 detective, David Quinn. He was accused by David Quinn of getting in the back of David Quinn's car, giving information about a murder off the record. And when David Quinn and the prosecutors tried to bring David Quinn on the stand to testify, Young Thug attorneys tried their hardest, filed I don't know how many motions to make sure that David Quinn don't get to testify. If you're looking at the paperwork that I'm looking at currently, you will see that Young Thug and his team of attorneys says, yo, he's not telling the truth, Judge. Judge, he's not telling the truth, Judge. He shouldn't be able to testify because he's not telling the truth. But now that we look or we hear footage of Young Thug telling the detectives, here's my personal cell. Please just promise whatever I tell you, you won't make it public. Do you believe that Detective David Quinn will put his reputation at line? Especially when he was like a famous detective from TV. You think he's putting his reputation at line to lie on Young Thug? But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think? Y'all think Young Thug told? Y'all think Young Thug is being a hypocrite? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out why.
Man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I ain't gonna lie. Wow. Wow. Like I said, my reaction be first reaction. So when I heard this stuff, I didn't, I ain't listened to none of the leaked audio or none of that. This is my first time hearing a lot of this. This is crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. I ain't gonna lie about Young Thug criteria. Is he a snitch? You feel me? And should he just get cool with Gunna after this now? You feel me? Cause this don't look good at all.
I'ma fuck with. Let's take a nap, sipping on my cup, slide in the traffic, riding in traffic, waiting on the traffic.